Hey, this is another astrology video, and I'm going to be talking about a couple ideas that I've ran into the past week, and hoping somebody maybe be able to bounce off of these ideas and keep the ball rolling. um, so for like the past week, um, I've been, or even before that, I've just been doing a lot of research and exploring things, and I kind of went into my own direction of figuring everything out, and I've come up with these ideas. So one of my ideas has been the two or the three most important um, things to look at in a natal chart would be sun, moon, and the ascendant. And something that I ran into that kind of matches with it is that the sun is symbolized as the heart, and the moon doesn't really have a body part. Well, it does. In some researches that I've went through, it's been addressed to an area, but basically it's more in tune with emotions and I think instinct, something that I read somewhere. But okay, so the sun would resemble the heart, and this to me made sense because the sun gives life to pretty much everything, and it makes the world function by plants, seasons, um, time. Um, it basically just gives life to everything. So the way that I kind of seen that idea is the heart is basically what pumps blood through the whole body to give it function, and the moon is it's a thing that raises water, tides, low tide, high tide. So one thing that what I branched off of that was I asked a few of my friends and people what are the two most important fluids in the human body, and each of them responded blood and water, and the heart associates with blood, the moon associates with water. So the sun, of course, is unique because it's the one thing that gives life. It's what's within you already. Everything else, or at least the moon, you have to feed and you have to manage, in a sense. I've only went through the sun and moon, so scratch everything. Just say the moon is what you have to manage, and I could see that making sense because the moon has high tide and low tide, and since water is the secondary most important thing in our body, we have to manage hydration and the water loss, and we have to keep fueling ourselves with water. So it's kind of the same concept as having low tide and high tide. You lose water, you gain water. Um, and with blood, it just circulates throughout your whole body. So I think physically, I think the moon could be matched with our entire body since our entire body uses water. Um, and that, just the lack of water and the gain of water, feeling replenished and feeling thirsty, dehydrated, it gives your whole body a different feeling. Um, with your levels of water. So basically, what I've been trying to do is tie astrology in with anatomy, and use anatomy as examples to, um, I guess, explain astrology and how everything affects you, in the way that it does. And I want to do that with all the planets, and kind of have that same thing with the signs. Instead of saying like you're an Aquarius, I rather go about saying you're winter, or you're you're the nature of Aquarius, I guess I could say. I'm not sure. And the nature of Aquarius would be the season of winter, and just like midwinter, because Aquarius is fixed. That's like the middle of winter. Um, just basically give astrology a different look instead of it being all like cosmic and metaphoric. I want to give it a more solid approach, and not like to make it definitive, like this is the way it should be, but to give it another way of looking at it. And that's something that also leads into what I've been going through was the whole idea of Age of Aquarius. Like, say, like July 1st, if you look into, or not to advise you to look at the sun, but the sun would be in Gemini constellation. So would that mean that July 1st babies would it be Gemini? Not exactly, it'd be Cancer. So since the Age of Aquarius has this effect, um, I don't see that our personalities and cosmic energies exactly come from the constellations. More of it being where the sun is positioned within our skies, or I could say the angle that our Earth is positioned to the sun. So that gives us such a spiritual effect. And I kind of see it as the life that is on Earth at the moment, I guess I could say of birth, is the life of that zodiac sign. And that's something that I've been looking through is the very specific different conditions of the seasons, and trying to match basically as much solid examples as I can in relation to all the metaphors of summer pertaining to Cancer, Leo, and Virgo, and winter would be Aquarius, Capricorn, and Pisces. So instead of saying Aquarius, Capricorn, Pisces, I could refer it to winter and the beginning of it, the end of it, the middle of it, cardinal, mutable, fixed. Um, so that's what I'm trying to do right now. That's how I'm learning it, to understand it in, I guess, my way of doing it. Um, what else was I gonna say? I forgot. Yeah, it slipped my mind. Oh well. So, yeah, if you have any ideas, or if you could bounce off of what I'm trying to get out, or build on these ideas, or have the same kind of curiosity. Oh, that's what I had in mind. Um, Basically, trying to understand how each sign was developed. Like, you just don't say, okay, Cancer. This is everything that's Cancer. Like, how do you figure out Cancer? Like, how did you come up with this stuff to say that these are the traits of Cancer? I mean, unless they're just magically found somewhere on some caveman writing somewhere. I don't know. So yeah, that's other than just making solid examples of trying to understand everything, that would eventually lead up to why everything represents what it does. Um, so yeah, if you have any ideas or anything I could branch off of, links, research page, books, whatever, yeah, give me a heads up. Let me know. Comment if you have anything to build off of this, or if you disagree with anything, please do also, because I like to make things as solid and as reasonable as possible to understand. It keeps me going. It keeps me thinking. So that's it. Later. Oh, and my numerology number is 7. I think that plays an aspect in something as well.